all, welcome back to my STL series where today we are again going to learn something very interesting. So we will first try to see the problem and then we'll see multiple solutions to it, and then we'll figure out which solutions suit best for us. So yeah, let's get started. So the problem today is that given a function in C++, how are we going to return multiple values from it? This is something which happens again and again, and you will feel like, oh, how do I return multiple values? So let's take a very concrete problem. So the problem says that we have this function minmax func, to which we are passing this vector v, and we want to return the minimum and the maximum element present in this vector. So how are we going to do this? What could be the return type? So the first thing which comes to our mind is, like, let's say we can reuse a vector, right? And since the vector can return multiple values, we can use this. So let's try to implement this. Min equals int max, max equals int min, and for auto x b, min equals min of min comma x, max equals max of max comma x. Okay, and then we return min comma max. Correct. So, and here in the main function we can just do something like res equals min max func, and then we can pass a vector like -1, -2, -20, 100, 32, 1. Okay, and then we'll print the result res 0, res 1. Okay, so this was the first method. Let's see what is wrong with this. I mean, nothing wrong, but why is this method not preferred? At least I don't prefer it. So since it's the return type is vector, the first thing is that it does not enforce you to return only two types, right? You can return any number of types. You can even return one. Okay, let's say if you accidentally did something like this and then you are accessing res 0 and res 1 here, you will get something else, right? Let's try to see. Even though you don't get runtime error here, you will get some unexpected result. Let us see. So you got for res 0 you got 21, and for res 1 you got 0, which is unexpected, right? Because there is no res 1. It's just a vector of size 1. So for this reason I don't prefer using vectors. Instead I would use a pair. Another reason was that if you see, in vector we can only return a single data type. If I have to return something like this, let's say 1 comma Mohit, or 1 comma Mohit comma 3445.6, I won't be able to do this in vectors because a vector would only expect a single data type. So let's move on to the next preferred data type, which I have, and I would love you guys to have it too. So the next data type is pairs. So let me remove all this and I'll just do a simple. So we can do something like make pair 1 comma 4, right? And let's capture it here, int, and we can do something like res equals min max func. Let's pass anything because we don't care about the return values, and cout res dot first and res dot second, right? Return should be return. So yeah, you can see it is returning 1,4, and here it is printing 1,4. So pair, if you see, it kind of enforces you to return two values. And if let's say if there is a change in requirements and I have to return int and string, I can do something like this too, right? Mohit, and let's print this. What happened? Okay, yeah, this should be string string. So yeah, you can see that it's printing 1 and Mohit. So we are sure that this is definitely better than using vector, but only till in the case when we have like a limited number of variables to return. Now imagine if we have to return 4 or 5 variables, what are we going to do? Now just take a case that we have to return 3 variables, one an integer, second a string, third a double, something like 56.5. So we will have to declare the pair like this: pair string and double, right? Now this, if you see, as I already told in my previous video, this gets very unmanageable very fast. If I have to return 4 variables, I'll have to define something like, let's pair of double and whatever integer if I get it. So this data type, I really don't like it. I mean, it looks very difficult. It's not readable at all, especially if you are trying to dereference here. You would have to write something like first result dot first dot first dot first, something like that, you know. No, result dot second dot first dot. You basically have to mix and match all of to get the all the 4 data. So this is, which is why this pair method is not preferred. And I hope you would have seen my earlier video. If you would have seen, it's good. If you don't, you go my video and see the difference between and why I would use a pair, so why I would prefer a struct over a pair. So we are going to use the same thing here. So struct vals and let's say int a, string b and double c, vals int string b double c. Okay, a equals underscore a, b equals underscore b, c equals underscore c. Cool. Now if you see, now the implementation will look so clean. The implementation is so clean. Now if I have to return, let's say 4 variables, let's say the 4th variable is what's the 4th variable? Let's say char d. So it's like char d and d equals d. Okay, so if I have to return, I can return something like vals first is integer, right? 12, Mohit, third is a double, let's say 56.6, and the 4th is a character, let's say z. Okay, now we just need to get this and in the main function and print it. So let's say vals result equals min max func, and we don't need this vector, remove it. This is just for testing. You can do and you can play with it and let me know. res.a, res.b, res.c, and the final value res.d, and end of line. Now if you see, okay, let me first just compile and run it. And okay, char d, okay, no semicolon, very typical programmer behavior. Okay, so now if you see, I'm able to print 23, 40 Mohit, 45.6, and see here just using this struct. Yes, if you see, the code of the struct is a little long, but after that it is so clean. You can return multiple types. It's info that you have to return 4 types, and accessing the elements in the main function is also so clean. So I would prefer using struct any day if I have more than, let's say, 2 variables to return from a function. I really hope this was helpful to you guys in a lot of ways. And I would appreciate if you guys can actually tell me when you guys learn from it and use it in somewhere and comment here. Because if you learn it and don't apply it somewhere, you most likely are going to forget it. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Have a nice day. I'll upload this on YouTube in 3 minutes. Goodbye, take care.